Can you feel that? Something seismic is building inside the world of tennis right now, and if you are not locked in at this very second, you are about to walk straight past one of the most breathtaking matchups the 2026 season has dropped on us. This is not a scheduled headline. This is a collision that crept up from nowhere and exploded into the conversation like a thunderclap nobody predicted. So ask yourself this: when was the last time a match made you genuinely stop breathing for a moment? Because this one is about to do exactly that. We are looking at a generational war. A continental clash. Two completely opposite visions of what tennis is supposed to look like, standing on opposite ends of the same baseline, about to tear each other apart. On one side, a 20-year-old force of nature from the Philippines, a left-handed nightmare who has been quietly, systematically, and then very loudly dismantling some of the biggest names on the women's tour, converting every single skeptic into a believer with each swing of that lethal left arm. On the other side, a 38-year-old German icon, a 3-time Grand Slam champion, a chess master disguised as a tennis player, someone so tactically sharp and mentally unbreakable that she has derailed the rhythm of some of the most powerful hitters in the history of this sport. This is Alexandra Ela versus Laura Siegemund at the round of 16 of the Miami Open. And here is the part that has all of Germany stunned. Nobody saw this coming. Not like this. Not right now. So let us build this scene from the ground up, because this moment is too big to rush. Alexandra Ela, currently ranked world number 29, was barely a whisper outside of Southeast Asia and the tightest circles of professional tennis just a couple of years ago. And then everything changed. Not gradually. Not quietly. It changed explosively and unforgettably in what the tennis world now simply calls the Cinderella run. That jaw-dropping, nerve-shredding breakthrough that cracked the global stage wide open and announced to every watching nation what Filipino tennis had been hiding. That run did not just move a number on a rankings board. It built something far more permanent. It built a reputation. And in professional tennis, reputation is the most powerful currency in the game. It walks into a stadium before you do. It sits across the net before the coin toss even happens. Now here is what makes this story even more electric. Since that historic run, Ela has not eased off. She has not coasted. She has done the exact opposite. She has accelerated at a rate that has the entire women's tour quietly nervous. Every single week in 2026, she has walked onto a practice court and found another gear. At the Porsche Bad Homburg Open just weeks before Miami, she delivered performances that answered every lingering question and made the doubters look foolish one more time. This is not a fluke. This is not a one-tournament story. This is a fully formed, rapidly evolving, fiercely competitive athlete who has stepped onto the global stage and has made it crystal clear she is not stepping off. Her left-handed game, already one of the most distinctive and dangerous weapons on the entire tour, has sharpened into something even more precise. Her baseline power is no longer just heavy, it is calculated, controlled, and devastating in exactly the right moments. And her mental game, that quiet, composed, ice-cold mental game, has matured into the quality that separates great players from transcendent ones. Want proof of what she has already done on the road to this round of 16? She eliminated Coco Gauff, the world number 4, in a performance that silenced an entire press box. She defeated Jasmine Paolini, the world number 6, with an aggression and precision that made the tennis world genuinely rub its eyes. These are not easy wins. These are the best players alive. And Ela did not just survive them. She imposed her will on them. She dictated. She controlled. She won convincingly. Every victory stacked another layer of belief, another brick of armor, and gave the entire Philippines another reason to stay awake until midnight, crowded around every glowing screen, roaring with the kind of pride that only sport delivers at its absolute peak. But who is standing across the net right now? That is the question that changes everything. Laura Siegemund is not just a name on a draw sheet. She is a full chapter in tennis history. 3 Grand Slam titles. A career built entirely on grit, reinvention, and the stubborn refusal to be erased. She is 38 years old. And in the brutal arithmetic of professional tennis, that means she is playing through what may be the final luminous stretch of a genuinely remarkable career. Here is what most people get wrong about athletes at this stage. They assume the danger decreases. It does not. It increases. Because players at the end of their journey stop playing carefully. They play with absolutely everything they have left. They play with the fearless, completely liberated energy of someone who has already earned their legacy and now simply wants to compete on their own terms, free from expectation, fueled entirely by the love of the fight itself. Siegemund's tennis is a masterclass in deception and disruption. She does not overpower anyone. She outthinks everyone. She is the highest-order tactician on any court she steps onto, someone who can diagnose the weakness in your game inside the first 3 games of a set and begin exploiting it before you have even realized she found it. Her drop shot is legendary. It looks identical to a driving baseline ball until the very last possible fraction of a second, when the pace disappears and the ball barely goes over the net and dies before you can move. Her slice backhand rewrites the tempo of a rally instantly, dragging aggressive players into a slow grinding war of nerves that completely dismantles anyone who needs pace to generate their power. She can slow a match to a crawl. She can accelerate it just as you think you have found your footing. She is, in the truest possible sense of the word, unpredictable. And here is why that matters so much against Ela specifically. Unpredictability is a weapon of extraordinary power against a young, momentum-dependent player who needs rhythm to reach her peak. This is the core of the tactical war that awaits. Ela's game runs on momentum, on flow, on locating a rhythm and riding it wave by wave, rally by rally, building power and confidence until she becomes something nearly impossible to contain. But to reach that state, she needs time. She needs a match to develop naturally. She needs space to settle. And Siegemund will not give her a single second of it. The German veteran will disrupt, vary, frustrate, and force Ela into shots she did not design, from positions she did not plan, at speeds and spins she did not anticipate. This is not a tennis match Siegemund is playing. It is a chess game executed at a full sprint. Youth against experience. Power against patience. Explosive brilliance against seasoned cunning. And here is the detail that adds one final, irresistible layer to all of this. These 2 players have never faced each other before. No prior result. No psychological anchor. No data to lean on. They will read each other entirely in real time, making every decision on pure instinct and preparation alone. That is what makes this genuinely thrilling. If Ela wins, her name enters a completely new conversation, spoken alongside Sabalenka, alongside the Williams dynasty, alongside Sharapova in her prime. Not as a comparison, but as a genuine peer. The meaning of that for Asian tennis, for the Philippines, for every young girl on that island holding a racket and dreaming of a moment exactly like this one, is almost impossible to fully measure. Germany is stunned. The tennis world is watching. And whatever happens when that first ball is struck, when the crowd erupts and the battle finally begins, one thing is absolutely certain: this is not just a tennis match. This is history being written in real time. And you do not want to be the one who looked away.